Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of beloved Bhagwan. Dearest Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters. What I wish to share with you is one very bizarre incident in my life. I say it is bizarre because the way things happened were very funny and crazy and scary at the same time. But like all experiences with Swami, this experience also taught me some very, very profound truths of life. Let me directly get into this story, and I invite you to enjoy this roller coaster ride along with me. Let's go back to the 7th of June 2009. That day was not a very happy day for me because I got scolded by my director, G. Venkatraman sir, at Radio Sai Global Harmony. That is where I was working at that point in time. He was unhappy with the way I had been taking video of Swami the previous day. What had happened was Swami had visited the university auditorium and he had delivered a discourse there, and I was right beside him with the video camera shooting that event. And you know what happens, right? When Swami is physically so close to you, you're so overwhelmed by his presence. How much ever time you may spend in his physical presence, every time you see him is such a beautiful and overwhelming experience. It becomes very hard to focus on the task at hand because here is Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram in front of you. And that is what had happened with me also that day. I kept looking at Swami and I just wished that I could do away with the video camera and I could just look at him. And on a couple of occasions, the fan that was beside Swami, it was blowing so hard that Swami's hair was flying and Swami seemed a little uncomfortable. So I ran and adjusted the fan. I did all these things. And the next day, very correctly, Venkatraman sir was telling me that when I am on duty, I am supposed to focus and do my duty well. It makes sense, right? It is so important because the footage that has been shot that day is going to be so critical for years, decades, centuries, millennia to come, because this is the avatar's footage. And just because I got distracted, I got emotionally pulled, I cannot afford to do a shoddy job there. But as he was telling me this, he was telling it quite strictly and I became a little emotional. At the end of it, I just bent my head and said, "Sir, I will not do any more shooting again. I will not do shooting." He was taken aback because that is not what the response he was expecting from me. But as I said, I became very emotional and I spoke that way. And I'm grateful to Venkatraman sir for having understood that I was very emotional and speaking that way, because he didn't speak further on that subject. He said, "Be careful what you speak. Don't speak like this." I said, "No, I will not shoot anymore. If you think that I'm not doing properly, I won't shoot then." And I had walked out. Usually when I narrate this episode which I am planning to narrate today, I don't narrate this aspect. But while going through my personal diary, I got to know of this incident and I feel even this is connected, and that is the reason I shared it. As you will see, that evening, the 7th of June, I went to play shuttle badminton in the indoor stadium, and when I jumped up to hit a smash, I landed wrongly on my right foot. My ankle twisted and I fell down in pain. I had hurt my ankle. But then immediately as people came, they tried to, massage my foot, tried to see if anything was broken. There was pain, but that match was in a very exciting stage and I was on the verge of winning it. There was an adrenaline rush that was going on in me, and so I said, okay, let me play and finish this match. I played and finished that match with the pain. I won it also. I was very happy and I felt that that pain would go off on its own. I also realized what is the power of the adrenaline rush, because that night as I lay down in bed in my room, I was all alone there, physically, because we are never alone in life. Swami is always with us, whether we realize it or not. I in fact keep his photographs with me in my room, in my home, on my computer, everywhere to remind me that he is with me always. The truth is, Swami is always with us. We are never alone. But at a physical level, I was alone that night in the room and it was unbearable pain. I was trying my best to go to sleep because sleep has its magical way of healing us, calming us, giving us comfort. But the pain in the leg was so severe that I could not even sleep. And the first thought that came in my mind was, oh my God, how will I ever do photography and videography? Those were the days when, though officially I was not Swami's photographer, Swami in his infinite love, in his infinite mercy would always look at me and lovingly call me to photograph anything that had to be done, anything that had to be photographed. And informally I was like Swami's photographer, and that was the greatest opportunity. That is the greatest opportunity I can ever get in this life. And I felt that now my leg is in such pain. I was sure that there's a fracture or something and I will be missing out on being Swami's photographer for maybe a month or 2 months. I don't know how much. That is when it struck me that in the morning I had said I will stop taking videos and photos in my emotion and anger. And I don't know, I have no way to prove that this incident, this accident that happened was a result of me saying that. But something in me struck me so strongly. It made me think that I should be very careful in what I think and what I speak. See, because Swami tells us we are all divine, whether we accept it or not. It's the truth, we are divine. It's like, gravity exists. It pulls everything towards the ground, whether I believe it or not. Even if I don't believe in gravity and I step off a building, I will come crashing to the ground because that's the truth. It doesn't depend on my belief. In the same way, whether I believe it or not, Swami says all of us are divine and all of us are divine, which means our thoughts and words are divine thoughts and divine words. And if we think and speak things that are harmful to us, we will come to harm. That's why Swami says, watch your words, watch your action, watch your thoughts, watch your character, watch your heart. That is the inner meaning of Swami gifting us a watch. That is what Swami would say whenever he gifts anybody a watch. And I felt that, oh my God, today morning I said I will not be doing any more photography, and guess what? Even if I try now, I won't be able to do photography. And so that night, writhing in pain, I was wondering how I would last through the night. Because I just was praying that it should become morning soon so that I can go to the hospital. And the next day morning, 7 o'clock, I called one of my colleagues and I said, I know I'm calling you early in the morning, but can you please come and take me to the hospital, to the emergency? I'm in severe pain. I had barely slept the whole night because the pain had not allowed me to sleep. So I went to the super specialty hospital on the 8th of June 2009, and there the x-rays were taken, the tests were done, and Dr. Prakash, the head of the orthopedic department there, he told me, you're lucky that you have just escaped a fracture, but then you're not so lucky also because there has been an injury to your ankle, to the soft tissues there, and sometimes a fracture is better than an injury to the soft tissues because a fracture heals definitely within 4 weeks. These tissue injuries, I have no idea how long it may take. But I would recommend that I will put your right leg in cast for at least 4 weeks so that those tissues get time to recover and hopefully there's no long-term damage. And thus, my leg was cast in a cast. Now in the afternoon, after all this happened, I lay down to rest and I had a dream in which Swami came. But it was not a very happy dream, if I can say so. See, today I miss Swami so much that I'm ready for any dream. Swami, come and scold me in the dream, no problem. Swami, do anything in the dream. I just want to see you, Swami. I miss you so much. And for some strange reason, I don't seem to be getting dreams of Swami now. But those were beautiful times when I would get Swami's dreams so frequently. So frequently that I could classify dreams as happy dreams and sad dreams. So that day I got a sad dream in a sense, because in the dream, Swami was walking to various places and I was following him with a cast on my right leg. The cast was there. And for some strange reason, Swami was not wanting to look at me. Swami seemed unhappy with me and he didn't want to see me at all. And when I woke up after that afternoon siesta, I was wondering as to what is the meaning of the dream. It's very, very difficult to interpret Swami's dream. It is only Swami who has to give us the meaning. That's why when I get Swami's dream, I don't try to ask somebody else or any place else search for its meaning. Because the meaning will come from within, from the heart. Swami has given the dream, Swami has to give the meaning. And that day I just felt that the dream possibly meant that Swami was unhappy about my leg being in the cast. At a physical level, I felt Swami did not want to see my leg in a cast. So I came upon a very nice plan as to how I would sit on the steps during darshan. There were steps that led to the dais and I would often be sitting there with my camera. So I thought it's a nice opportunity. I can sit there on the steps and I can keep my leg in such a manner that Swami at a physical level, because at a divine level he knows everything, at a physical level he won't be able to make out that my leg is in cast. I would sit cross-legged, hiding my right leg under my left leg, and my pant would be covering most of the cast anyway. This was my plan and it worked very well. This went on for a few days.
To all the visitors and members, let's begin our service today by asking Swami, who is present here, to awaken within us purity, unity, and divinity. Sai Ram. So a couple of announcements. First and foremost, Easter is coming up. Easter Sunday is going to be celebrated on April 17th. We will have a special program right here with a special talk and of course, corresponding music related to, that particular event. Then following on April 23rd, Aradhana Mahotsavam, of course, Swami's, Mahasamadhi, he took Mahasamadhi on April 23rd. However, for us, April 23rd afternoon is nothing but really 24th. That's when, this whole thing happened. And that afternoon, Saturday, 2 p.m., I'm going to share the details by next week. But it's going to be a very, very inspiring speakers coming all the way from California. I'm going to share the details by next week. We'll put the schedule and rest of the program details. And following, of course, some wonderful music also, will be planning and put together. So this is something that is going to be very special, in our life. So just mark your calendars, and we'll furnish more details in coming days. And if you all recall, we used to have regional program every week, right? So fortunately, by his grace, by now, pretty much all centers are operating, having their own devotion program, right? Fortunately, again, many centers are even opening up and having in-person programs as well. So that said, the virtual programs, will have to go down, right? Only it has to be a special program, then again carry on. So due to that, we have converted that to a monthly program. And today, basically every first Sunday of month, we are having a program. So today at 6 p.m. we have a special program. Maybe we can go to the next slide, then we'll dive into the devotion program. Yeah. So, if you all see, basically a special insight from Brother Haribai on Arunachal Shiva. One must go through, really listen to his insights on how the composition came, or what is it all about. Every word has so much of profound meaning and significance, he shares. So please tune in at 6 o'clock, right? Sai Region 3, youtube.org. And then following, Shiva bhajans, celebrating continuation of celebration of Shivratri. That is all for today. And also, there's so much going on in this world, as we all know. So when we offer our prayers, of course, keep every element, keep every country in our prayers, and let us sincerely offer our prayers and pass on, those powerful vibrations and peace to the rest of the world. Hopefully, things calm down, get settled down soon, and war ends soon. Jai Sai Ram. Let's dive into the devotion program.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. La ilaha illallah, Allah, Allah. La ilaha illallah, Allah, Allah. La ilaha illallah, Allah, Allah. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Sangham शरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् गणेशशरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् नित्यस्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् नित्यस्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् गणेशशरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् नित्यस्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गणेशशरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम्
प्रेम स्वरूपा नमो नमो प्रेम स्वरूपा नमो नमो धर्म स्वरूपा नमो
स्वरूपा नमो नमो
नमो नमो नमो नमो
नमो नमो नमो नमो
नमो नमो नमो नमो
नमो नमो नमो नमो
सुंदर रूपा नमो नमो अति सुंदर रूपा नमो नमो अति सुंदर रूपा नमो नमो
अति सुंदर रूपा नमो नमो
साई स्वरूपा नमो नमो सत्य साई स्वरूपा नमो नमो सत्य साई स्वरूपा नमो नमो
सत्य साई स्वरूपा नमो
प्रेम स्वरूपा नमो नमो
God is flowing within me.
Lord is praying within me.
The Spirit always singing within me.
My God is flowing within me.
Namo Shivaya Satya Sai Baba.
I hear it always singing within me. Yes, Sai Baba.
Rama Rama Yehovah, the Lord Jesus.
Rama Yehovah, the Lord Jesus. Durga Durga Devi, Lakshmi
Saraswati.
Durga Durga Devi, Lakshmi Saraswati. Durga
Durga Devi, Lakshmi Saraswati.
Durga Devi, Lakshmi Saraswati.
My God is flowing within me.
My God is flowing within me.
Hear it always singing within me.
Spirit always singing within me.
Namo Shivaya Satya Sai Baba.
Allah Allah Shivaya Satya Sai Baba.
Rama Rama Yehovah, the Lord Jesus.
Rama Rama Yehovah, the Lord Jesus. Durga Durga
Devi, Lakshmi Saraswati.
Durga Durga Devi, Lakshmi Saraswati.
Durga Devi, Lakshmi Saraswati.
Durga Durga Devi, Lakshmi Saraswati. Name of God is flowing.
सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती मंगल मंजुलवा विलासिनी मंगल मंजुलवा विलासिनी वीणवादिनी कलावती हंसवाहिनी वेद्यदायिनी हंसवाहिनी वेद्यदायिनी वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती मंगलमंजुलवा विलासिनी वीणवादिनी कलावती हंसवाहिनी वेद्यदायिनी वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती
साई राम घनश्याम भगवान तुम्हारा नाम साई
కళ్యాణ రామ ఆనంద రామ రామ ఆనంద రామ రామ శ్రీరామ జయ రామ శ్రీరామ జయ రామ రామ శ్రీరామ జయ రామ శ్రీరామ జయ రామ కళ్యాణ రామ ఆనంద రామ అవతార సాయి అవతార రామ అవతార సాయి అవతార రామ పూర్ణ అవతార సత్య సాయి రామ పూర్ణ అవతార సత్య సాయి రామ కళ్యాణ రామ ఆనంద రామ ఆనంద రామ శ్రీరామ జయ రామ శ్రీరామ జయ రామ కళ్యాణ రామ ఆనంద రామ అవతార సాయి అవతార రామ పూర్ణ అవతార సత్య సాయి రామ పూర్ణ అవతార సత్య సాయి రామ కళ్యాణ రామ ఆనంద రామ
अयोध्या शिरोमणि दशरथ राम अयोध्या शिरोमणि दशरथ राम अयोध्या शिरोमणि दशरथ राम अयोध्या शिरोमणि साकेत रंजन कैवल्य
all I see is yours.
All above me and around me, all I see is yours.
Let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Papa, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Baba, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Papa, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Oh, loving Lord of all the world, let me be your devotee.
Oh, loving Lord of all the world, let me be your devotee.
Your divine light is all I am, all I can ever be.
Your divine light is all I am, all I can ever be.
God above me, in and of me, all I love is yours.
God above me, in and of me, all I love is yours.
Lord above me, in and of me, all I see is yours.
Lord above me, in and of me, all I see is yours.
Let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Papa, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Baba, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Papa, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Baba, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Papa, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Baba, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Papa, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
Baba, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore.
गिरिधर गोपाला साई गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला साई गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला साई गिरिधर गोपाला पतिपुरीश्वर साई गोपाला परतिपुरीश्वर साई गोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला साई गिरिधर गोपाला मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर पाहि मां घनश्याम ओ श्यामा पाहि मां घनश्याम ओ श्यामा पाहि मां घनश्याम श्यामा गिरिधर गोपाला साई गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला साई गिरिधर गोपाला प्रतिपुरीश्वर साई गोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला साई गिरिधर गोपाला मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर पाहि मां घनश्याम ओ श्यामा मां घनश्याम ओ श्यामा पाहि मां घनश्याम ओ श्यामा पाहि मां घनश्याम ओ श्यामा घनश्याम ओ श्यामा गिरिधर गोपाला साई गिरिधर गोपाला
राम राम साई राम सीता राम राधे श्याम 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 दशरथ नंदन सीताराम वसुदेव नंदन राधे श्याम दशरथ नंदन सीताराम वसुदेव नंदन राधे श्याम दशरथ नंदन सीताराम वसुदेव नंदन राधे श्याम सीताराम वसुदेव नंदन राधे श्याम ईश्वराम्ब नंदना ईश्वराम्ब नंदना पतिपुरीश्वर साई राम 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 साई राम 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 साई राम सीता राम राधे श्याम साई राम पुरीश्वर साई राम कर्ति पुरीश्वर साई राम पुरीश्वर साई राम कर्ति पुरीश्वर साई राम कर्ति पुरीश्वर साई राम राम साई राम सीता राम राधे श्याम भजो सीताराम भजो राधे श्याम भजो सीताराम भजो राधे श्याम भजो गोविंद गोपाल साई हरे नाम 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 भजो सीताराम भजो राधे श्याम भजो केशव माधव राघव वल्लभ केशव माधव राघव वल्लभ केशव माधव राघव वल्लभ केशव माधव राघव वल्लभ वरधन रायन नयन विराम वरधन वरधन रायन नयन विराम वरधन रायन नयन विराम भजो सीताराम भजो राधे श्याम भजो सीताराम भजो राधे श्याम गोविंद गोपाल साई हरे नाम भजो सीताराम भजो राधे श्याम भजो सीताराम भजो राधे श्याम केशव माधव राघव वल्लभ केशव माधव राघव वल्लभ वरधन रायन नयन विराम गोविंद गोपाल साई हरे नाम गोविंद गोपाल साई हरे नाम गोविंद गोपाल साई हरे नाम
साई सुंदर
वंदित हृदय विहारी
वंदित हृदय विहारी
वंदित हृदय विहारी
वंदित हृदय विहारी
साई वंदित हृदय विहारी
साई वंदित हृदय विहारी मुकुंद माधव मुरली मनोहर गोवर्धन गिरिधारी
जय जगदीशा जय परमेशा
जय जगदीश
जय जगदीशा जय परमेशा
जय जगदीश
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
हरि
चन्द्रशेखरा शम्भो
चन्द्रशेखरा शम्भो
चन्द्रशेखरा शम्भो
चन्द्रशेखरा शम्भो
चन्द्रशेखरा
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
जय जगदीश जय परमेशा
जय जगदीश
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
नीलकण्ठ सदा शिवा
हरि बोलो राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो हरि नाम बोलो साई 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 नाम बोलो राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो साई राम परम दयाला साई राम परम दयाला साई राम परम दयाला साई राम परम दयाला परम दयाला परम दयाला परम दयाला परम दयाला मन मंदिर में दिया उजाला 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 राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो हरि नाम बोलो साई नाम बोलो हरि नाम बोलो साई नाम बोलो राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो साई राम परम दयाला परम दयाला परम दयाला मन मंदिर में दिया उजाला मन मंदिर में दिया उजाला अल्लाह साई बोलो मोला साई बोलो 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 राम हरे हरि नाम बोलो
न पुण्यम् न पापम् न सौख्यम् न दुःखम् न मन्त्रो न तीर्थम् न वेदायज्ञम् अहं भोजनं न भोजनं नैव भोज्यम् न सदानन्दरूपम् अद्वैतम् सदानन्दरूपम् अद्वैतम् सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् सदानन्दरूपं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
हसतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया अमृतं गमया शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्तजना संरक्षक भक्तजना संरक्षक परति महेश्वरा। ॐ जय जगदीश हरे शिवदला श्रीकरा सेवा प्राणपते स्वामी सेवा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतीका आश्रित कल्पलतीका आपद्बान्धवा। ॐ जय जगदीश हरे माता गुरुदैवं मर्यादयु नीवे स्वामी मर्यादयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जयनाथ नाद ब्रह्म जयनाथ नागेन्द्र जय। ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप जय शिव साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंधकु मंगल आरती अंधकु मंदर गिरारे। ॐ जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ॐ सत्य नारायण 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 ॐ सत्य नारायण नारायण ॐ सत्य नारायण नारायण ॐ जय सद्गुरुदेव नारायण नारायण ॐ सत्य नारायण 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 ॐ नारायण नारायण ॐ सत्य नारायण शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की परमं पवित्रं परमं विचित्रं लीलाविभूतिं परमार्थ प्रदातं बाबा विभूतिं निगमाश्रयामि sacred holy and supreme Baba विभूतिं चित्रं नीलाविभूतिं परमार्थ प्रदातं बाबा ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात् ॐ